Plans for a WWE star seem to have been scrapped mid-storyline. Plus, WWE and TNA stars react to future crossover plans. And is William Regal returning to NXT soon? It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So we recently saw Gigi Dolin on NXT feuding with Ariane Grace. And Ariane Grace having beaten Gigi Dolin in that infamous match that involved two big old punches to the Lady Gardens. It led to the stipulation being that Ariane Grace will give Gigi Dolin a makeover. We had a segment where they were shopping for clothes and Gigi Dolin was adapting some of the clothes, and then we're nutting. And Ariane Grace on NXT this week, and no mention of Gigi. What is going on, Andrew Drew?
Well, Fightful Select have offered an update, and they say Gigi Dolin was not backstage at this week's tapings. We have confirmed that her storyline with Ariane Grace was dropped as of this week, but have yet to confirm why.
Not the first time in wrestling that a storyline has just been binned halfway through. I think every promotion's guilty of such thing. But it's a rarity with NXT. No matter how daft those stories get, they always find some kind of foregone conclusion. So we're not quite sure the reasoning as to why. There is some speculation that Gigi Dolin might be injured, but certainly nothing has been confirmed by WWE or any sources at time of recording. But it's one that we'll keep an eye on at Cultaholic.com. Tuesday on NXT was busy enough as it was because we had Roxanne Perez being challenged by Jordynne Grace. An NXT women's title match between the two is taking place at Battleground. The first time, I believe, that the TNA Knockouts World Champion has challenged for the NXT Women's Championship.
That's exciting, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's pretty exciting.
It's a really cool time. And Roxanne Perez, according to Fightful, had no idea who was going to walk out and challenge her during NXT on Tuesday night. They say that Roxanne Perez was said to have been legitimately surprised and at her own urging. Those that Sean Ross Sapp spoke to said that Perez was adamant that she wanted to be surprised by who the opponent would be. So when Jordynne Grace popped up on the show, it was a genuine reaction. I like that.
Yeah, me too. I like that. That's one thing that I feel like we miss quite a bit, don't we? Because I know we're one of those sites there that likes to report on things that are happening.
Aggregators.
Yes. However, there's nothing better than a big old surprise, is there? And that must be so nice for the wrestlers themselves too, to be surprised at what's going on. Ooh, this is going to be a nice little fun tete-a-tete.
And very much so. We're not just reporters and aggregators, but the wrestlers also kept in the dark about what was happening on NXT.
Yeah, so with Jordynne Grace and Ethan Page's appearances, Corey Brennan of Fightful says that NXT tapings had been more secretive than normal, saying non-compete rundowns featured Lita and Alexa Bliss as placeholder for Jordynne Grace's appearance. Lita's theme was also used as a placeholder during rehearsals for the segment. NXT talent we spoke to were pleasantly surprised about the announcement that Jordynne Grace will be wrestling on NXT next week. Very cool.
I wonder whether Roxanne Perez maybe got word that they're loading Lita's music. I'm fighting Lita.
Imagine. I mean, but nothing wrong with Jordynne Grace.
Nothing wrong with Jordynne Grace.
You know?
But I thought that might have been the case. Yeah. It might not have been. We're just spitballing. Jordynne Grace herself is set to make bank with NXT in this particular run. Fightful saying that the Battleground match is part of an agreement with Grace and NXT that will see her make at least 3 appearances, including 2 advertised matches, and her appearance last night makes it 3. NXT sources claim that Grace is making at least 6 figures for the appearances. Not only that, go make that dollar abso-flippin'-lutely. Not only that, but she's also released a new line of t-shirts with herself on it, walking through the prohibited portal. Not to be confused with AEW's Forbidden Door.
I didn't see that part of the news there. That's fantastic.
The prohibited portal. And
I like that.
Already tribalist wrestling fans have started arguing over the two. Get over yourselves, both of you. Or you will, this is me between the tribal WWE fans and the tribal AEW fans going, if you don't pack it in, neither of you are having chicken nuggets for tea.
Chicken nuggets?
Exactly. Go to your rooms. Come back down when you're ready to say sorry.
Oh,
Looking at you. WWE and TNA locker rooms have been very excited by the proposition and the prospect of a prohibited portal play. PW Insider and Fightful both reporting that because there's possibility of more WWE and TNA crossovers going forward, it has excited both the WWE and the TNA rosters, and we've seen a little bit of back and forth tete-a-tete on the Twitter already.
yes, we have. Cedric Alexander hinted on Twitter at facing Mustafa Ali for the X Division Championship, and Ali responded, I had a shot at your cruiserweight title. I should return the favour.
Josh Alexander tweeted not long after Jordynne Grace popped up saying, just saying, if this swings both ways, the gatekeeper of TNA will be waiting. Feed Chad Gable to Josh Alexander.
That's exactly what I was thinking as well. Please. NXT Nathan Fraser replied to a fan suggesting a match between himself and Speedball Mike Bailey, saying, at this point, never say never.
Speedball himself has quote retweeted another fan booking, and they were giving us the option or the possibility of Speedball versus AJ Styles, adding, you might be onto something here, was Speedball.
Stop it. Drew McIntyre shared a photo of himself as TNA champion with the caption, doors open both ways. This has been quote retweeted by I Believe in Johindra, with an image of himself wearing a Drew McIntyre mask, a shot taken from a diss track Joe wrote about Drew in ICW.
TNA's prohibited portal, whatever you want to call it, is open, and WWE are working with TNA. WWE has a show in Scotland next month, and I mentioned this on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah,
and I think based on the impressions that particular tweet has got, I think a lot of the wrestling world agrees with me.
Go on.
At Triple H, bring Joe Hendry to Clash at the Castle, you coward.
We need it, don't we, at this point?
You coward.
There's a genuine possibility that it could happen.
Anything's possible in wrestling at the moment.
It
It
sure
is
is.
a flipping exciting time. Whichever particular show you watch, if it's all of them, it's a very exciting time for the wrestling. And look, it's not just Joe who's calling out Drew. Here's Moose, the reigning TNA champion, who has reached out to Drew saying, I saw where your title obsession began. If this is something you truly want, you have your boss, call my boss.
And do you want to know something as well, right?
Do you want to know something,
Again,
Andrew?
this is pure just like fan marking out like mad. I would love to see something, when NXT did Worlds Collide when it was NXT versus NXT UK.
Oh,
and all that
nice.
stuff. Let's give us a bloody Worlds Collide TNA versus WWE.
Oh,
give us that.
What a lovely time that
Would be
would
nice,
be.
wouldn't it? Would be lovely.
June could be this fabulous month where you have AEW welcoming CMLL and New Japan to their doors and putting on a Forbidden Door, which is always a really great show in ring as well. Imagine the same month you could have a Worlds Collide where they could do like an NXT versus TNA type affair as well.
Cool.
Kick open all those doors, bust open all those portals. It's a really exciting time to be a wrestling fan. Let's go. Gets better as well because we could be seeing William Regal back on our TV soon as well.
Yeah, so in the wake of Drew Gulak's WWE release, there's been no firm new direction for the No Catch Quarter crew. Charlie Dempsey addressed this on NXT, saying the team needed some structure. Fightful are reporting that there's been pitches backstage for William Regal to return to NXT as a mentor for the No Quarter Catch crew.
They've already teased it a little bit because they had Regal come out in a bit with Charlie Dempsey, and as Charlie, his son, was talking to him in this American accent, Regal's there going, oh, fee, fi, fo, fum, because he smells the blood of an Englishman. And I like the idea of Regal leading the No Quarter Catch crew.
Me too.
Not dissimilar to Regal leading the Blackpool Combat Club, but a little cleaner.
Yeah.
Whereas the Blackpool Combat Club will probably go out till about 3 a.m. No Quarter Catch crew probably in bed by about 9:15 with a Horlick.
Sensible boys.
Sensible boys on that one. I think that works for Regal quite a bit as well. One we'll defo keep an eye on is the possible return to TV of William Regal. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.